I'm Martin from Amatis Training. Now, I would just like to introduce Temi and thank her for taking time out to be part of our YouTube channel interviews and social media to give other people an idea of what it's like to work with Amatis. So Temi, first of all, congratulations on your fantastic result. So the first question I'd like to ask is, how did you find Amatis?
How I found you was I did a search on the BCS website and filtered through for business analysis courses. I then went over to your YouTube and looked at some testimonials from your YouTube, and that was where I was sold.
Oh, excellent. Lovely, thank you. Okay, so you worked with Steve Orr, one of our trainers, lovely guy. Could I just ask you, first of all, how did you find working with Steve, the materials, the flow, the diagrams, just a general description about the overall course?
Okay. Well, firstly, working with Steve was absolutely amazing. Steve is very helpful. He simplifies the information. He's extremely patient. And for myself, that was everything that I needed and more. In terms of the material was great. Absolutely loved the fact that you could filter on subjects. So in terms of navigation, it was amazing navigation. I like that it was pictorial, so there was pictures, and for those that like to learn visually, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the fact that there's an application, an app on my app store, so when I did want to study in my free time, I could literally chill out on the sofa and look at the courses and study. That was really helpful.
Yeah, that's interesting. Lots of people do find all sorts of weird and wonderful places to have a look and just do 5 minutes worth of study and testing. Which brings me to the question: how did you find the knowledge checks and the sample papers in terms of preparation for the actual BCS exam?
Yeah, really accurate, actually. I found it really accurate. The knowledge checks, particularly, I really liked because after each module, you would be tested on everything that you learnt. And I found that just having that short test really was able to highlight what I didn't know and what I did know. And, I could go over it a few times until I did know it. And in terms of the practice paper, that was absolutely accurate. Actually, I was quite surprised with how apt it was.
Yeah, okay, that's great, actually, because that's actually testament for people feeding back to us the questions that they get, and we try to obviously emulate the questions as close as we can. So that's great, great to know, thank you. Okay, so one final question. If you were to recommend Amatis training to a friend or colleague, what would you say?
I would say go for it. Extremely lovely people. All I have interacted with Steve, who was the teacher and that was assisting us in studying for the exam, yourself. I also spoke to another person. I've completely forgot their name.
Probably Sarah, I think.
Yes, I spoke to Sarah. It was nice to have a warm, welcoming face when I was doing my test. That was extremely lovely. So I would absolutely 100% recommend Amatis. In fact, I've done it already. Yeah, I've done it already. Material was great. Patience was great. Reasonable adjustments were made for me, which was absolutely great. Yeah, my experience end to end, I can't fault it. Even when I needed extra time, Steve kindly gave that to me and he didn't have to. So that was just brilliant.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed, Temi. That's brilliant. Well, let's draw the interview to a close and say thank you very much and have a lovely weekend.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Temi.